So, what is happening here? What is this about? Can I do this? Nope. They're all dead, but I have their inventory available. So what do I do? God, this is gonna be painful. I have to pick up all this stuff. Oh, my modern cube. What should I do? Okay, it doesn't look like I can do anything except picking up their stuff, so I will do that and do it for, I don't know, 1 hour. Alright, so I picked up some stuff. I wanted to experience this bronze sphere. Yeah, I threw away a lot of stuff here that I don't think. I'm armed more than anything, with lots of spells and consumables. I want to use this sphere because I can use it now. As you hold the sphere up this time and examine it, you feel the memories of the first of your incarnations stirring within you, but it is not an insistent or driving force. It is calm, like the thoughts of a man walking across a great distance to speak to a friend he hasn't seen in ages. As you feel his presence in your mind, you see the sphere in a different light, not as ugly or hideous, but as something precious, like a newborn child. The sphere is the repository of your last moments before you met Ravel on the grey waste and asked the impossible of her. You know why you asked her, and you know that all you need to do is touch the surface of the sphere with both hands and feel regret, and the store will open itself to you. The sphere wrinkles in your hands, the skin of the sphere peeling away into tears and turning into a rain of bronze that encircles you. Okay? Each droplet, each fragment that enters you. You feel a new memory stirring, a lost love, a forgotten pain, an ache of loss. And with it comes the great pressure of regret, regret of careless actions, the regret of suffering, regret of war, regret of death, and you feel your mind begin buckling from the pressure so much, all at once, so much damage done to others, so much so an entire fortress may be built from such pain. And suddenly, through the torrent of regrets, you feel the first incarnation again. His hand, invisible and weightless, is upon your shoulder, steadying you. He doesn't speak, but with his touch, you suddenly remember your name. And it is such a simple thing, not at all what you thought it might be, and you feel yourself suddenly comforted. In knowing your name, your true name, you know that you have gained back perhaps the most important part of yourself. In knowing your name, you know yourself, and you know now there is very little you cannot do. The first incarnation's hand is gone from your shoulder and is watching you with a slight smile. That was my name all along? If I was... The first incarnation holds his finger to his lips, silencing you. He nods at the symbol at your arm, as if indicating you should make use of it. Examine your arm. The symbol of torment, seems brittle somehow, as if it is only barely holding itself to your skin. Unconsciously, you reach out and peel it from your arm. It gives way with a slight resistance, like pulling off a scab, and as you hold the symbol, you know you can harness its power. It no longer rules you. I no longer wear the symbol. Does that mean As you get halfway through your question, you realize there is a heavy silence within your mind. You can no longer feel the presence of the first incarnation within you.
I feel stronger.
What happened? What is it? What does this do? This symbol no longer rules you, and you may harness its power to bring retribution against your enemies. Merely holding it and invoking its power will summon all the pain and suffering from your past incarnations upon your foes. That's cool, but how do you use it? Are you kidding me? I put it here, I put it on me. It's a tattoo, right? But I had it on me before, so no. I cannot put it anywhere, not even in my hand. How do I use it then? I just... It's a passive? Invokes a rune of torment? Guys, by the way, oh, it's here, the Blade of the Immortal. I was like, I don't remember where I put my... I don't know. Do I have to get rid of this first? And then... No. Okay, can I use it as a weapon? No. I don't know how to use it, cool. I'm going on. I hope I picked up everything that I wanted, that I think I needed. Oh god.
So you have come. Then you shall die again.
Wait a second, we need to talk here. Talk? Maybe save? So do you wanna talk? Can talk?
So you have come.
Yes, I have.
You are unwelcome here, broken one.
What have you done to my friends? Let's follow him.
Are they dead? Yes.
Yes.
Unlike you, they have but one life. And they wasted it for your sake.
They died for you as they always have. Such is the way of all mortal things. Alright. It is the fate of all that follow you, broken one. You have forgotten much. Why did you do it? They tried to harm me here, of all places. I defended myself. In so doing, mortality claimed them. Their deaths were by their own end. I gave them the opportunity to depart this place, but they seemed determined to help you despite the cost to themselves. So you killed them? The Tiefling girl was especially fierce in your defense. Her feelings for you burned brighter than Elysium's fires. And the Tenari, she was quite strong. Her tolerance for pain would have shamed the Batis themselves. I think she was used to that. I took no pleasure in their deaths. Then why did you do it? It was not my will, it was not I that brought them here. All of them had a choice, and they chose to die for you. It has always been the way of all that follow you, for they are tormented souls seeking a release, but they know not why. Oh, by the way, I think I said in last video, I don't know how they will be divided anyway, that Dionara didn't do anything for me. It was true until the point in which she made me get out and get to this place, so I think that was the her role, what she needed to accomplish and what she was left here for. So yeah, the significance of her as a character in the story is now be fulfilled. So it's not true that she had done nothing for the Nameless One. It's just not up until now. So, you have forgotten this and you shall again. Can we talk about who are you? I know you for what you are my mortality, your armor, it is twisted like tree branches. Such things speak of Ravel's magics. Maybe? Yes, I am that which was split from you by the hag's power. I am that which works with all life. My voice is a death rattle, a last breath in the throat, the whisper of a dying man. I have been freed from the prison of your flesh. Freed from me? The moment I was split from your cancerous shell, I knew life, I knew freedom. I shall not surrender it to you. But you're always here, you're doing nothing here. How is that enjoyable? We were not meant to be separated, and the planes have suffered because of our separation. Okay. You know nothing of meaning and separation. Before your memory dies again, know that we were never meant to be as one. Okay, explain. This shall be the last time you and I speak, Broken One. Let's go on with this. My questions, please. What? Ask your questions, but no, you shall never remember the answers. Okay. You have done everything you can to prevent us from meeting face to face. Why? Do you think I fear to face you, Broken One? I do not. Is that why you send shadows to kill me rather than trying to defeat me yourself? They've never succeeded in killing me, nor will they. An iron golem forged from the weapons of war told me this once. When one kills from a distance and does not show himself, it speaks of weakness. It is how a coward fights. Let's try number 2. I'm interested. My energies are needed to sustain this place, Broken One, else it would be my hand on your throat with each of your deaths. I may not travel beyond these fortress walls for long. And you enjoy this kind of life? You're always alone here until somebody comes and you kill them? What do you do in the meantime? Play chess by yourself? That insane burning sorcerer. Then that crystal you set up to try and segment me and trap me, you didn't want to kill me, you only wanted to imprison me? Yes, the crystal is a prison, perhaps one of the greatest ever devised, so I used it, for I tire of tracking you across the plains, Nameless One. You are difficult to find. I prefer you be kept close, where I may watch you. The crystal is such a place where you may be kept. I would know how you freed yourself from the crystal. Yeah, this is what Deionara did for me, actually. Why am I difficult to find? It is of no consequence. Why not tell me then? I will forget this anyway and I would know this last time. Just as there is power in names, there is power in not having a name. The eyes of the plains slide off such a one. One such as you, and one such as I. I would know how you freed yourself from the crystal. No, I'm not gonna tell you. Know that that prison cannot hold me, just as you cannot stop me now. Such arrogance. We shall test that arrogance this day, Broken One. No, we keep talking. I may be immortal, but Ravel told me the ritual was flawed. Whenever I died, I lose a fraction of my mind. In time, after many deaths, I shall lose the ability to even think for myself. It is of no matter, you cannot die. Your mind may be lost, but your flesh will live on. That is all that is needed. Needed? Why? To possess me? We share a link, you and I, however small. I do not wish you destroyed, only far from me. And then you drag me here? Then why you have been trying to kill me all this time? It is of no consequence. Excuse me? Is it? Maybe you didn't want to kill me because if I were to die, the link between us would be broken and you would be destroyed as well. I'm trying this one. You cannot die. Well, if I cannot die, then you can't exist. You're my mortality. But I can die now. I am in a negative blah blah plane and I have a weapon that can kill me. I can die now if I decide so. Perhaps once, no longer. I have changed. I have transcended and become something greater. Perhaps so, but at your core you're still my mortality. If I die, you die? You know nothing of what you speak. Your words are hollow, as is your shell. It's like talking with one of those trolls on the comment sections that they don't give you any explanation. Explanation when you have logic things to say, and they're like, and they just insult you or provoke you, but then you present facts and they're like, and they continue insulting. I think I know exactly what I'm saying. If I were to be destroyed, you would be destroyed. You listen, but you do not hear. Know that you cannot die. Yeah, actually I can now. I had a golem forge a weapon that can kill even me. All it needed was to be brought to a place cut off from the rest of the planes, so my mortality could not draw upon other lives. And here I am. You lie. Do I? Look upon this blade, see its nature. Don't give it to him! If you are as all-knowing and as powerful as you claim, then you will know this is the weapon that can unmake me. And since we share a link, it is the blade that can unmake you. You would not dare such a thing. I will use the blade on myself if you do not surrender to me. You and I will both be destroyed. You know I would. After all the misery you've put me through, I would gladly stab this right through your spectral hide. Why would I stab him? I need to stab myself? Well, we are both the same thing, so it's interchangeable? What do I go with? Surrender? I'm trying surrender. It would be a fool's gesture. Your death would have no meaning. What if I don't care about having a meaning? As I see it, I have two choices. Either I kill myself with this blade, or I let you kill me again and again, losing what few pieces of my mind I have left. I think I'd prefer the quick death, unless you have a third solution. There is no resolution to this matter. You will surrender the blade when you will submit. You will leave this fortress and you will live without your memory. There is no other solution. What are you saying, man? You're making no sense. There is one other one. Okay, sorry. Reunite with me. We will become one again as we were meant to be. Interesting. You know not what you do. If we are united, then it shall be an ending. There shall be no future for us. We shall go on to further torments. It is better that happened and the multiverse continues to suffer because of us. I don't think they conveyed very well the idea of the whole multiverse suffering because of the Nameless One, because except our companions, what about the whole multiverse? Unless the fact that the Nameless One splitting from his mortality created chaos everywhere. Did it? I couldn't tell. Okay, so we have no other options. If we become one, we shall suffer. There is too much of the nature of the first one in us for us to be saved. We shall be damned. You know not what you do. No, I know very well what I do, and I think this is the only answer. It's literally the only answer. Prepare yourself. Know that I have always hated you, broken one. When we are one, I will continue to hate you. When your shell dies at last, know that I shall take pleasure in your death. I can live with that, and so can the planes. I can definitely live with that. Know that my hatred for you will unmake the planes. Prepare yourself. We shall be as one again until your last moments of life. Before we do, what of my friends? Is it possible to save them? I am mortality itself. The nature of life and death is something I know well. When we are one, my knowing shall be yours. Well, let's do this. As you reach out with your power, Morte suddenly floats into the air. Hey, hold up, Chief. You don't need to resurrect me. I was just kind of lying here, you know, listening to you too. You were feigning death? Well, yeah, I mean, I'm already dead. And, Chief, what happened to your voice? I am something else now. Time runs short, and soon time and fate will catch up with me. I will return you to Sigil, Morte, if you wish it. Yeah, I suppose that if I merge with mortality now, my decayed body will die now. Right? Because the Nameless One is already dead. Return me? What about you? Come on, Chief. I may be a coward, but there's no way I'm leaving you in this place. Many are the crimes that were committed when my mortality and I were split. These crimes carry a price. You may not go where I will soon be. Well, I could go with you anyway, Chief, if you wanted me to. I mean, we've been through wars. Not this time. Perhaps one day you and I will meet again on another plane, but not now.
Not to get all misty-eyed, but it's been a pleasure, Chief.
Well, bye. You reach out with your power. There is a rush of hair, and Anna stirs. She raises her head slowly, then shakes it confused. Are you alright? Oh my god, the voice. Anna, are you alright? Anna's eyes widen as she hears your voice. What happened to you? Your voice is like echoes, it is. I have changed. I am something else now, and I cannot remain here much longer. I will return you to Sigil if you wish it. What? Anna opens her mouth and pauses. Where are you going? Many are the crimes, again, that were committed when my mortality and I were split. These crimes carry a price. There is a place reserved for ones such as I on the lower planes. It is punishment of a sort. Wow, I'm so chill. But I don't want you to go. I will not forget how much you were willing to sacrifice for me, Anna, but just go. Anna nods. She looks like she's about to say something else, but then falls silent. But the unspoken thought remains in her mind, lingering. I do not need your words to know your heart, Anna. Farewell. Bye. Okay. As your power touches him, Dakon takes a staggered breath, then looks up weakly. It looks like he's barely clinging to life. Awaken, Dakon of Shrakt Lore, last wielder of the Karak blade. As he hears your words, Dakon slowly nods. Your voice, have you at last come to know yourself? Yes, it was a difficult thing, and it cost many lifetimes. Many suffered so that I might know myself again. But what about the other... questions that I haven't asked to my mortality. Because the resolutive dialogue was right in the middle of the options. The knowing of oneself is a difficult path. In knowing it, I know where I shall soon be bound. Time and fate come here even as we speak, and I will not be here much longer. I will return you to Sigil, Dakon, if you wish. Come on. Dakon falls silent for a moment. When he speaks again, his voice is sharp, as if severing a link. Know that once I owed you a debt. Know that you saved my life, and know that I followed you to settle that debt.
I have paid for your life with mine. The debt is settled.
Sure. Very well, Dakon. Our two debts were as one. You will leave this place with your freedom. As your power touches Fall from Grace, she rises dizzily to her feet. Even disoriented, she somehow manages to maintain her composure. Fall from Grace. Fall from Grace looks up and she holds your eyes for a moment, then she smiles. But it is a slight smile that carries more sadness than anything else. Your voice, so have you found yourself at last? Yes, the price was high. The cost was many lifetimes, mine and others. The price of such a thing is seldom measured in copper. Fall from Grace studies your features. Are you still... what? Are you still what? I am still the one you know, but my perspective has changed. I have not forgotten you, if that is your fear. Fall from Grace smiles again, the same sad smile as before. No, that was not my fear. I cannot remain here for much longer. My punishment calls, and fate and time shall soon be here. I will return you to Sigil if you wish. That is not my wish. Okay? Fall from Grace reaches forward, and her hand lightly touches your arm. There is a slight tingling sensation, barely felt. Then she takes it away. I will find you again, no matter where in the lower planes you will be, just as you shall be able to find me. She could, technically. It may be a long time. Where I am bound, time is not measured in years, and the crimes I have committed are stronger than any cage. No cage shall separate us, and no plane shall divide us. Fall from Grace's face becomes like stone. Keep thinking of me, and we shall meet again. I shall not forget all you sacrificed for me. She shakes her head. Just do not forget me. Time lays waste to all things, but I shall fight it as long as I can.
Time is not your enemy. Forever is.
Kinda? Perhaps so. Farewell. The slightest touch of your power seems to set a spark through Valor's armored shell. It rises into the air and refits itself into the semblance of a man. As the armor reattaches, two fires blaze within the helm. Rise, Valor. Valor's helm turns to you, his eyes pulsing like twin heartbeats. Valor, Justice's hand is swift, and it is coming for me now. I shall not remain here much longer. I will return you to Sigil if you wish. What crime has brought justice upon you? Many died so that I might live, Valor. The crime is great, and time and fate come for me even now. Let my words carry you. Justice is a teacher. In your punishment find strength. Through punishment you will achieve perfection. Perhaps so, Valor. I will think upon your words. Know that should you escape your sentence, I shall find you. Nameless one.
The hand of justice shall not be stayed.
Sure. We shall not meet again, I think, Valor. I shall dwell in justice halls for a time, and the time shall not be measured in years. Farewell. Is this where the blood war is? Oh yes, it is. What can change the nature of a man? No! What happened? I don't know if you heard the voice, what can change the nature of a man, because the music was, the volume of the music was a little bit too high. So, from what I understand, the Nameless One is paying the price by fighting in the Blood War. Okay, I expected a little bit more about his past, but maybe it's because I didn't really talk with the mortality much. I suppose that maybe there is a way to actually fight mortality if you wanted to, but I'm a little bit confused. I need to think about this. Anyway, it was really... I think the game is finished, alright? It was a really nice adventure. I think the journey was better than the destination. I expected a little bit more from the ending itself. But again, maybe when I replay it, if I replay it, I will discover new things that will help me understand the Nameless One a little better. I don't understand why he asked for his immortality to be split from himself. That's what I wanted to know. Maybe I need to talk more with the spirit of mortality. Maybe the Nameless One wanted to get out from the Blood War, so it decided to split. Doesn't make sense. I'll think about it. Anyway, it was a good journey. It was a good game, I enjoyed it. I think it was really good. The hours I've spent playing this game were good hours, definitely. I needed a little bit more of closure. I suppose I will try and understand what happened. Or I will replay bits and pieces. I was really disappointed with the bug of the cube, the little figurine. That was really disappointing. Come on, this is an enhanced edition. You guys need to fix it. I have to be able to use that cube. At the end of the day, I really enjoyed the game. I really liked the lore and the world and all the little objects. The consumables had very nice names and it felt like they were part of the world. It was very, very well built. From my point of view, much, much better than Baldur's Gate. This is always in the same universe, alright, but it's more interesting. Baldur's Gate is just like your average fantasy with the elves and this. It's classical. It's not boring, mind you. It's classic fantasy. This one was a little bit different because there were new races, new lore, new things happening, portals. It's like, to make it very simple, because I do not explain myself very well, especially not in English. I try, but it's like playing Skyrim and playing Morrowind, for example. Morrowind is believable, but it's very wacky. There are flying jellyfishes and stuff like that. And then you have Skyrim, which is basically like real Viking life. I find it boring, personally. Morrowind, even if it's really wacky, is still very immersive, but it's not immersive because it looks real, because it looks classic. It's immersive because they made it immersive through the lore, and so they did with Planescape. There are some people that say stuff like they want, for example, the Elder Scrolls to look more and more realistic because realism makes it more immersive. That's not true. You can make the wackiest world. If you're a good writer, the people who play or read your work will feel immersed, will feel like it's real. If you can write well, suspension of disbelief, you can do anything. That's why the best storytellers are the ones that convince you of their stories. I completely believe in Planescape Torment, in the story of the Nameless One. If you don't have this game, I suggest you buy it and play it, and maybe you can do things differently. I was a little bit disappointed with the number of companions, but it's okay because they seem to be a little bit more fundamental to the story, so there. And I have to say that I was disappointed by the lack of ranged weapons, but it's okay. It's just I like ranged weapons, so I want ranged weapons. It's just a little complaint, and it's very personal. Anyway, great game, great, especially for the atmosphere, the storytelling, and the lore especially. The lore was great. Thank you for having followed this Let's Play. I hope you enjoyed it. I thank you for your likes and your comments and your help, and I think I'm going to... It's gonna be The Witcher, the next one, because I am... I know that is an enhanced edition, The Witcher 1. The Witcher, you know, the pace game. So it might work, it might be recordable. Thank you very much for watching, and well, see you next time. See you with The Witcher in a couple of days. Whatever, I don't know. Can't make any promises. I need to set up the game. I need to buy it first. But I should be able to record it, so good news there. Thank you, bye bye.